to Community's vision is development with dignity. No shame, no pity. We amplify dignity and progress led by the people of Petit Guave. In a world too often defined by headlines, something incredible is happening. Communities here don't just survive, they are working hard to thrive. Community to Community is working with the people of Petit Guave to restore vital resources. A much-needed canal is built one hand at a time. Roads are carved into a mountain with simple tools, bringing safe passage to their children and elders. This is development with dignity. And while access to continuous healthcare is saving lives, trees planted today will nourish future generations. Each person is building, planting, and teaching. We are not the heroes. You are. The person willing to support this movement and say, yes, I want to be a restorer of dignity. Join Community to Community.
And when the work is done, the people will say, we have done it ourselves. That is my favorite line, part of that video, that quote by Lao Tzu. Bonsoir, bienvenue, hello, and welcome back to the Restoring Dignity with C2C podcast. I'm your host, Marie-Yolene, and I am the fire starter and CEO of C2C Haiti, where we are creating self-sufficient communities by working with the community. That is development with dignity. When you support this mission, you're not standing on the outside looking in. You're part of the story. You move from being a spectator to a participant. Your giving makes lasting impact. So I encourage you, visit c2chaiti.org to learn more and to join us. I invite you to come be a part of something greater than yourself. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to the family. Welcome to the community. This is our space to come together to hear directly from C2C Haiti's partner communities in Petit Guave and stay centered in the work and the people who are making that work possible, which is many of you watching today. Today is our update, our monthly update. And I'm going to talk about all of the wonderful things that have happened in June and all of the wonderful things that are going to happen in July. And right now, last month and this month are carrying a lot. There is weight and it is heavy, but there's also real hope. We're going to hold both of those things together today. So let's get into it. I want to start by acknowledging what so many of us in the Haitian community are feeling right now, and so many Haitians are feeling right now. The recent Supreme Court TPS decision has created real fear and uncertainty for hundreds of thousands of Haitian families across the country. 350,000 to 500,000 families who have worked hard, raised their children, paid their taxes, cared for their neighbors, and who've been a lifeline to family back home in Haiti are impacted. I want to say this clearly to all of them. You are not alone. A coalition of Haitian community organizations has come together and issued this joint statement, standing in the gap for you and with you. And this, when I read this, it just really incensed me, to be honest with you, because of the fact that I've been here since I was 5 years old. And I've watched my father, my mother, my father who drove a cab for like 30 years, who was a mover, who had multiple jobs, my mother who worked for the Hilton Hotel for 16 years, my uncles, my aunts, all of them. As a kid, I watched them work. My father did not see my brothers for probably the first 2 years of their lives because he got up at 5 in the morning, would go into the room, into their cribs, rub their heads, and then head out to his first job as a mover and a moving man. Then he'd go to his second job, loading the trucks. Then he'd go to his third job, being a cabbie. And when he got home, sometimes it would be 10 and 11 o'clock. I'd be the only one who would see him early in the morning, getting ready for school. And I'd stay up late, waiting for him to come home. And he'd rub their heads again. And then he'd go and have dinner that my mother prepared for him sitting on the table. And then he would take a shower and go to sleep. Because in 5 hours, he'd have to start that whole process again. My father invested in this country. My mother invested in this country. My father and my mother raised children who are good citizens, who pay their taxes, who vote, who follow the laws. So to be put in this situation right now, it hurts. And I want to say, because I know that everyone seems to have an opinion about this, about maybe this is good because the people can go back and work in Haiti. How would you feel if, against your will and not your choice, someone forced you to go to another country? And let's say you came from Italy, for example, but you'd never been there and you don't speak the language, even though that country needs help. To be forced out of the place that you know, the community that you live in, the job that you have worked at for 30 years, the friendships that you've had, that's not your choice. Do we need diaspora to come back to Haiti? Absolutely. I make the call every week on this show. And I am one of the diaspora who went back after the 2010 earthquake. But no one forced me to go. I chose to go. I planned to go. I saved to go. So I just want you to take into consideration that you have the right to choose to stay or to go. Do you not want others to have that same right to choose whether or not they're going to stay or go? I just want you to think about that before anyone makes a decision for someone else. Because in this country, the rules, the regulations, the laws say you cannot force anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. And as it relates to the treatment of people, the preamble itself says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and have the right to pursue happiness. So please take these things into consideration before you give your opinion. You're talking about human beings who should be allotted the opportunity to make a choice of where they want to pursue their happiness and how they want to help their country, both the United States and Haiti. I want to say to the families who are watching that there are trusted attorneys, advocates, and faith leaders are showing up. Help is available. Please do not make decisions based on fear or rumors. Reach out to trusted organizations. There are several that you're going to see on the screen right now that I can say personally that I have worked with. Diaspora Community Services, trusted organization. The Haitian American Caucus is another. Haitian American Alliance, Life of Hope. There are multiple organizations here. And I'm sure if you go online, that you will, and you type TPS help, I'm sure all of the ones that are doing something about this, and anywhere that you can get help, they will show up. And reach out to them, ask your questions. Do not be driven by fear. We also call on our elected officials and leaders to continue working toward permanent humane solutions and pathways to citizenship. Families deserve stability. Communities deserve certainty. Haitians deserve compassion. In Haiti, we say, tout moun c'est moun. Every person is a person. That is the opportunity we get to engage in our humanity. To be aware of yourself is just being human. But when you are aware of others, that is how you engage in your humanity. Even the Bible says we are to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. So first, how you treat yourself is how you're treating others. Compassion. That's what makes us human. When we lack that, we're something else. Something that does not care about other humans. So in this moment in time, you, me, we all have an opportunity to show our humanity. Let's not let each other down. Pusemyo, Pufemyo, for my brothers and my sisters, Haitian watching this, we will continue to show up here and there with everything we have. We will gather resources to share with you as well. And whether you are impacted directly or you desire to be an ally in this moment, this is your opportunity. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate that. This is personal for me. And now I want to take you to the mountains of Petit Guave. In our Mountainside Partner community, more than 6,000 people are living, working, and raising their children, including approximately 3,500 women. And for generations, this community has been without proper road access. No vehicles can reach certain areas. And when the rainy season comes, what little path exists becomes impassable. I can tell you for myself, having traveled, and the other team members that have traveled with me, we have a saying, when the mountain says no, it's no. It doesn't matter if you have a 4-wheel drive or 8-wheel drive or 12-wheel drive. You're not going up and you're not coming down. And the water seems to have its own mind when it comes gushing down. So it's just not safe. Farmers can't grow corn, beans, sweet potatoes, and have no way to move their goods to market except on the backs of mules. Women and children navigate steep, unpaved terrain just to reach health services and schools. This area, though, is one of the closest communities to Petit Guave proper, and also one of the most isolated. Our in-country partner, APHD, along with its leader, Responsable Jean, who you've seen on this show many times on this podcast, is leading the rehabilitation of a 500 linear meters of reinforced concrete road connecting this community to the main road leading to the highway. This project includes drainage and works. How do I explain this? It contains drainage works and environmental protections to protect the road and the land around it. Responsable Jean sent me these videos you're looking at right now of the community working. And I think it's important for you to notice a couple of things. This is men and women. This is young and old. Everybody has a role to play because this road is for everyone. This is something that they said to us, I remember in 2010, when we were asking them, don't you want your house to get built after the earthquake? almost everyone said the same thing. The house is for me, but the road is for all of us. Let's fix the road first, and then we can come and fix my house. That is someone who understands community and someone who is engaged in their humanity. Everyone you see there is a direct beneficiary of this road. So they have a vested interest in making sure that it is working and up to par for everyone. When the road's complete, vehicles will be able to reach the community for the first time. There are areas at the bottom there is where we used to park our car and the truck. And then where you're seeing this rebar there and the what's it called, cement, that's where we walk. And then we walk all the way up and then we walk all the way down. It's about a 2-hour walk in the sunshine. So it's not for the faint at heart. But vehicles will finally be able to reach the community for the first time. Farmers will be able to move their harvest. Families will have access to health care and education that they could not reach before. And flooding risks during hurricane season, which is from June to November, will be reduced. The canals that they're building on the sides will now take the water down, and that the road itself will not be impacted. That was one of the major issues. And a community that has waited for decades will finally have the infrastructure it deserves. I am grateful for Wismasabe Jen and the community for what they're doing, and I'm grateful for him for sending me all this video. This is not a gift from the outside. This is APHD, rooted in this community for nearly 2 decades, leading the solution their community identified, and with C2C Haiti walking alongside them every step of the way. This is development with dignity. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who has given, who's considering giving. This is where your funds are going to. It rarely stays with us very long. As soon as we get your donation, trust me, it goes straight down, because we want this road to be finished. And I look forward to the day where some of you who are giving can come with us, and you can put your hands on this road. You can put your hands on the trees. You can put your hands on the school that you helped build, the trees you helped plant, this road that you helped construct, that you will come with me and that you will see this for yourself on this beautiful mountain, that on the left, you can see the beaches, and on the right, you can see just glorious reforestation that has taken place over these last 16 years. So remember, I invited you because that invitation is open. Before we close today, I want to take a moment to celebrate something exciting. One of our partners, the New York Birdies, are hosting their 2026 Birdies Golf Tournament. This will be happening July 29th through the 31st. 3 days, 3 courses, 1 great cause. Their continued support is one of the driving forces behind the success of C2C's 4th annual Golf Classic that took place in May, helping to raise over $40,000 for our Mountainside partner community to construct their own health and wellness center that will serve 1,200 families on the mountain with consistent, dignified health care, including a dedicated maternity ward that will save lives. You can see the flyer there on screen with all the details. And if you want to join us and the birdies on the course or learn about sponsorship opportunities, reach out to newyorkbirdies@gmail.com. That's New York Birdies, BIRDIES @gmail.com. We would love to see you there. It's going to be an amazing event, and you get to meet the birdies up close. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I might have come into this episode a little heavy-hearted, but just talking these things out with you, just sharing these things with you has made my heart lighter. So before I go, I want to ask you to do a few things. If you are moved by what you've heard today, give. Every gift of generosity at every level fuels this work. Go to c2chaiti.org/donate and become a C2C neighbor. Today, I'm a C2C neighbor, even though I'm the CEO and fire starter of this beautiful, wonderful organization. I have been a C2C neighbor monthly donor since 2014 when we launched the campaign. And quite as it's kept, C2C neighbors fuel all of the work that you've seen. Or maybe it'll be your first time donating, so you can learn more about the work that we do. I invite you, get in where you fit in. When you get to the website, you can learn about the reforestation work, the education initiative, the emergency preparedness initiative. You can learn all of these things, and whatever moves on your heart to give to be a part of, I encourage you to do that. If you know someone who needs to hear this update, especially about the TPS resources or the work on the mountain, share this recording. Let it reach someone who needs it. And if you're not already following us on Facebook and LinkedIn, please do. Turn on notifications so you never miss a conversation. This community and the one on the mountain and the one right here in this comment section. I saw your comment, Medea. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is one of the things that keeps me going. So thank you. Merci. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about Haiti. Thank you for showing up for C2C. Thank you for caring about dignity. Thank you for caring about what it means to build with community. Meampil Shai Palu. Many hands make the load lighter. I'll see you next time. Thank you again. Merci. Bon Dieu béni. God bless you.